Und es ist auch der erste Stand-Up-Auftritt unseres Stand-Up-Künstlers, den wir empfehlen werden. Er wird sich wohl mit Sicherheit auch selber noch vorstellen. Bitte ganz viel Applaus für Deo.
Oh, damn. I got a stand-up ovation. That's fucking sick. I mean, there's no chairs, but still, stand-up ovation is good enough. So, hi to everybody. To everyone, like 90% of you already know me, but to those who don't, I'm half Bulgarian, half Congolese. My name is Deo, and I am a yummy, funny piece of deliciousness that is going to do some stand-up comedy for you guys today. Tight. So, we're in the small city, it's not really small, is it small? City of Düsseldorf? It's small. So we're in the small city of Düsseldorf today. Nice. And it's finally freaking Saturday. And I'm really stoked that it's Saturday. Why? Because I really don't like work. Work is freaking disgusting. So, how you guys doing? You guys good? Yeah! Fuck yes. You guys psyched that it's Saturday? Fucking finally over? The whole week? No answers? Still good. Still good. So, I'm usually searching for a victim, but everyone in the front row is my friend, so I can't really fucking trash on you guys that much. But I will choose that guy. What's your name, guy? Yep, don't turn around. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? David. How you doing, my guy? You good? Fuck yes, dude. So, what do you work? You don't know? You don't know what you work? You're a student. You don't work anything? Okay. You know what? So, if you guys are wondering why I asked specifically Mr. David right there, I know him, but still, I didn't know where he works, so I needed to ask. But if you're wondering why I'm asking him is, when I said that it's finally Saturday, and I was like stoked that it's Saturday, he was like, oh fuck, I know, right? It's like, oh, end of the week, yes. So I was wondering, okay, if he's like so bummed that it's like, or it's like happy that it's like the end of the week, he might have had a really freaking bad week. So I was wondering, okay, what do you work? And he's a student, so I don't know. Is it hard being a student? Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not a student. I couldn't tell. But anyway, yeah. So. I hate work for two reasons. One, because it takes away from your freaking free time and the time of you being yourself, basically. And second, because of exactly one freaking job that I worked that was so disgusting. It was, no, it was okay, it was fucking chill. But it was all good. I fucking serve tables, people laugh at me, I'm like, yo, what do you want, And they're good, they're happy. But I work in a place that's called UPS. Some of you already know UPS. There you go. This is why the stand-up won't be really funny to the people that know me, because they already know this story. Anyway, so, the first day that I was in UPS, I was like, okay, how hard could this be? It's like you just move boxes, right? So on and so forth. It should be easy. So I go to the guy and he's like, okay, are you ready to work? And I'm like, fuck yes, I'm ready to work. I'm so stoked I'm working. Because I didn't have money at that point, so I couldn't care what kind of job it was. So I was like, fuck yes, I'm gonna work now. I'm gonna muscle my fucking money. Then I'm gonna give back to my parents. It's gonna be so sick. I'm gonna get money, I'm gonna pull out in the weekend. It's gonna be tight. No, not really. So, the first day, the guy's like, okay, what you do is just, you put the boxes on the conveyor belt, and that's it. And I'm like, that's it? Like, just take the boxes from the truck, put them on the conveyor belt, that's it. I'm like, okay, fucking seems easy enough, right? So I put one box, second box, third box, 9! Ich nicht so. I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to do it? And they're like, jeder sechste Sekunde, okay, English, every 6 seconds a box needs to be on the conveyor belt. And I'm like, okay, every 6 seconds a box needs to be on the conveyor belt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, conveyor belt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, conveyor belt. And I'm like, okay, that's easy enough. Cool. So I do this for, let's say, 15, 20 minutes. The guy comes in the back, chef. And everyone's like going quiet at this point. Oh shit, chef is coming. I'm like, fuck it, dude, I'm doing my my work properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bucks. Easy, right? So the chef comes. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong because the guy freaks the fuck out. Schneller! Schneller! Okay. Like, I just was told that I need to do it like in 6 seconds. 6 seconds is the slowest. Du musst das machen. I'm like, okay. Like, how fast should I need to do it? And he's like, 3 seconds. I'm like, okay, cool. 1, 2, 3 bucks. 1, 2, 3 bucks. 1, 2, 3 bucks. The guy was happy with me. I was like, okay, cool. So this goes on for like a month or so, and I'm like, okay, cool. This job's easy. Fucking, you go there, box every 3 seconds, move out after 4 hours. You're goody. You're fucking nice. But then comes this one day that for dramatic reasons I'm gonna act like I remember the date, and it was the 15th December 2016. The worst day that I ever had in my workplace. So I was sick that day. It's like December, it's like freezing. I need to ride my bike to the freaking work because it's in the middle of freaking nowhere. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ride my bike to work, but I'm sick, I'm dying already. I'm like, ugh, I can't fucking do this anymore. It's 4 in the morning, I don't wanna do this. I go to the work, fucking put on my work clothes. Like, oh, okay, I gotta put a box every freaking 3 seconds. So, I go there, but it turns out that fucking 50% of the staff of the day is gone, and they're not working today. Why? Because they're sick, and I want to make a good impression. So I'm like, I'm sick, but I'm here. You know, I'm gonna muscle. Ain't no problem. I'm fucking tough. I'm gonna beast out this fucking shit. No beast, no problems. So I go there, fucking moving boxes. The one thing that they don't tell you though is that every freaking single box has a different weight to it, and there's no freaking way of you knowing how heavy a box is. So it can be freaking huge, it can be freaking small. One can weigh 60 kilograms and one can weigh a kilogram. So you're like throwing boxes. But if you're doing it fast enough, the guy is just going, schneller, schneller, schneller. So you just have to do it faster. And if you're doing it fast enough, sometimes bad situations can happen. There's a big box, and you're like, okay, this is a big box, supposed to weigh, supposed to be heavy. So you just go, fucking throw your back out. What do you do then? It's like messed up. Or you have a small box and it's like freaking heavy, try to do the same thing happens, but you get stuck on the floor. So you go, and then you fucking throw out your back again. Anyway, so the day comes, I'm freaking sick, I'm moving boxes, and at one point I get slower, obviously, because I'm like freaking sick. So I go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's every 5th second. The guy obviously shows up and goes, schneller, schneller, schneller. So I'm like, dude, I'm sick, I'm dying here. It's like 4 in the morning, I'm freezing. Cut me some slack. Like, give me some leeway. Just a little bit of leeway. Like, I'm dying, give me some leeway. The guy's like, okay, aber hier ist Übrigens, wir müssen schneller das machen. We need to do it faster. Like, okay, cool. So every 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, box, 1, 2, 3, box. And what I overhear from the other crowd is like, oh, did you hear that new guy? He was complaining that he was doing it too fast and it hurts his back. What turns out is that I was basically the youngest person that works in UPS. For, I don't know what reason, but anyway, I was the youngest one to do it. So every single one else there was like 40 or something, getting used to this job and doing it for like, I don't know how much years, and they're just like fucking stacking boxes, easy peasy. And like every 1st second, so no one screams at them, so I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like fucking hustling. And the guy comes back to me and he's like, schneller, schneller, schneller. And I'm like, yo guy, can you just like tone it down a bit, relax. Like I'm dying here, relax. And the guy's like, don't you know what you work for? And I'm like, yes, I work for money, obviously. And he's like, no, don't you know the company that you work for? And I'm like, yeah, UPS, like United Parcel Service. And then, of course, he pulls up Hans to make a funny joke. And he's like, hey, Hans, he doesn't know what he works for. Should I tell him? And I'm like, fucking tell me, dude. But like, it's already 12 seconds and I haven't moved one box. But if you want to, like, tell me your freaking joke. Like, have some fun. Like, shoot your joke. So he comes up to me and he goes, you don't work for United Parcel Service. You work for United Paid Slaves. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, what did this mother? What did this mother? 4, 5, 6, 7. What did this? 3, 4. wants to crack another joke and go immune. And you know what you also maybe work for? Sometimes it's not united paid slaves because then you get paid. Sometimes it's underpaid slaves. And I'm like, motherfucker. You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna be slower for you fools. You think I give a fuck? Think I give a fuck if you get your package, nigga? I don't give a fuck. That was one of the worst days that I worked in my job. And it's funny though, but there's one thing that I would like you guys to know, because the older dudes, they weren't bothered by this. They couldn't give a damn. Like they could say like, you're a pig. One. You look disgusting. You smell. One. They couldn't care. They couldn't care what anyone says to them. They're just there to do their job. And at that point, I was like, okay, I guess our generation is a little bit weaker than the older one. And there's one thing that I would like you guys to know. I would like to call it like the circle of weak and strong, or the circle of good and bad. And it usually goes like this. So, bad people, or like weak people, make hard times. Hard times make strong people. Strong people make good times, but good times also make weak people. So, sadly enough, I guess we're at the point of being the weak people. Because the hard times from before made good-ass people that are our parents, some of our parents, I guess. Some of your parents are not really good, I don't know. I don't know all of you. But yeah, and I guess the good parents that we had at this point, and the abundance that we're all filled with like every single day, is like iPhones and beers and whatever. Some people didn't have this back in the day, so they're really way tougher than us. A good example of this is I met a girl some time ago, and she actually is from the Art Academy. Do we have people from the Art Academy today? Yeah, one dude. Get him, Jerry. Look at him. Like, he's stylish. He's stylish as fuck. So you know he's from the Art Academy. He's stylish as fuck. Fuck yeah, Jerry. I like you, dude. You're a beast. But so yeah, I met this chick from the Art Academy. And I didn't know that she was from the Art Academy. I knew her from before, and I was like kind of having a crush on her. So I randomly like see her at a party, and I'm like, ooh, this chick foxy. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna put some moves on her. Like I'm black, I'm stylish. Hopefully shit works. So I'm like fucking there, cool cat, like smooth next to her, like, yo, what's up with you, man? What's up with you? How you doing? Like, I'm good. I'm really nice, actually. I started studying in the Art Academy, and I'm like, oh, fucking interesting. What do you do there? Like, how you doing? This is like my second year already, and it's pretty nerve-wracking. And I'm like, okay, I don't remember you being like this, but I'm gonna keep going. So like, what do you do? Like, what's going on right now? He's like, oh yeah, right now is the open doors of the Art Academy, and whoever's from Düsseldorf knows that the Art Academy has an open door day, or like an open door week. Is it a week? Okay, so it's an open door week where anyone can go in and see some art exhibits and so on from the people that study there, which is nice. It's really nice. But then I saw this chick, and I'm like, okay, maybe next time I'm not really going there. Anyway, so I asked her, like, okay, what are you doing? And she's like, oh yeah, right now it's like the open week of the Art Academy. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what are you doing? She's like, oh, it's so tiring. And it was actually, I think it was a Saturday or a Friday, I'm not sure. But she was like, oh, it's so tiring. I need to work every single day. I need to hustle. I need to work every single day. And I'm like, okay, what do you do there? He's like, I give out milk. Like what? He's like, I stay in a dark room and I give out milk to people. You're kidding? Like, okay, and why is it so tiring? Because you need to do it for 3 hours a day.
That's all I gotta do.
And I'm like, there we go. And I'm like, fuck, dude. You give out the milk. What, do you need to buy the milk? No, I need to pour it in cups. And I'm like, so you need to pour milk in cups and give it out to people for free. He's like, yes. Oh. Like, fuck, dude, okay. At this point, I'm not really like that stoked on the girl anymore. I mean, but I'm just like still interested. Like I still have this like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? What you doing? But not to that point of like being okay. You wanna do something later because she's obviously too tired from handing out milk. She can't handle anything else. God forbid she needs to dance at a party or something. She's gonna be like, oh no. I need to sit down. Do you have a beer? Can you buy me a drink? Like, no, dude, like, you need to fucking man your shit up. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna continue. Let's see where it goes. Let's see how it functions. So I asked her, like, okay, and how long have you been doing this for? She's like, the whole freaking week. And I'm like, I don't want to be an asshole or anything, but giving out milk isn't necessarily that hard. You don't know. And I'm like, I can imagine. No, you cannot. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of off the obvious question and like move on. I'm like, do you have a boyfriend? At this point, she thinks like I'm hitting on her or something, but it's like I'm already like over it. But anyway, do you have a boyfriend or something? Like, you got some? And then she goes, oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry. I'm taken. I'm sorry. And I'm like, I honestly couldn't care. Like in my mind, I'm like, this bitch is stupid. I honestly couldn't care. But anyway. And I asked her, so is your boyfriend there often? Like, if you have one, he's obviously probably there. So she's like, yes, he's there every single day. And I'm like, at this point, I just couldn't stand it. I was like, I needed to. And I just go like, bitch, your boyfriend is probably doing 90% of the freaking work. And she's like, well, yeah, but you know. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, your boyfriend is doing 90% of the work. It's like 3 freaking hours, you're giving out milk and you're doing nothing else, and you want to tell me like that's hard work? He's like, you don't know. You don't know. People come in here and they think that you're an art exhibit. So they look at you. And I'm like, they look at me too. I walk around the streets. I look weird and they look at me too. I'm an art exhibit every day. What do you mean? He's like, you don't know. I'm like, okay, dude. Okay, you can do whatever you want, dude. So, but then I bailed on her. Then I was like, okay, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But it's true. We're a way weaker nation than it was before. If giving out milk is that freaking, I guess. Yeah, but it's funny because ever since like our childhood, we've been taught to like work hard and stress on shit and like hustle and do better and succeed in life and da-da-da. And at the same time, milk is tiring and you can't live. Like fuck, I need to go to work and it sucks. I don't want to do this. I want to be artsy. No one knows me. I need to express. I need to feel. It's true, you do. You don't need to work, you need to feel. But at the same time, you need to make that money. You need to hustle for it. But it is funny. I don't know, all of you have seen even Bugs Bunny and so on and so forth, right? Come on, there we go. And you know how freaking hard that rabbit makes it for the freaking hunter to get him. And at the end, he doesn't even do it. But you see the hunter every freaking single day. I'll get that wabbit. I'm gonna shoot that wabbit. I'm running every day after him in holes and putting dynamite everywhere, blowing up everything. Also, the coyote, he's been running after the freaking roadrunner for ages on him. Has he? No, right? There we go. And it's like, ever since we were born, we've been taught like to work hard and so on. And at the same time, no, we're weak. We don't do shit. We sit around on our phones and watch Instagram and I liked her picture and do I look sexy like this? And can you take a photo of me? And they, no, that was ugly. Take another one. Another one. It's too bright here. I need to stand here. Now the light is bad. I need to. And it's always like this. And it's like people are just obsessing about the stupidest shit. It's like, dude, man up, hustle. And yeah, basically, I think that overpassed my time with like a shit ton, speaking bullshit already, and what I wanted to do is say this in the beginning, but I couldn't because I forgot. But I wanted to save the best joke for, worst joke for last. So that if it was bad the whole time, you know that there was even worse coming. So, and I'm going to tell you the worst joke that I know, and it has nothing to do with us being weak, but it has something to do with me not being prepared, and you not being that much of a responsive crowd. So I couldn't bitch on anyone for anything so far. Only on David, but David's cool with it. Aren't you, David? He's cool, he's sexy, he's cool, he's all good. So, the last joke has absolutely nothing to do with the whole stand-up, and it's something that I heard when I was freaking 13 or something. Some of you might know it, she probably knows it. It's not the joke that you think, but chill out. It's still probably one of them. So, the joke goes like this. A mom is sitting in the kitchen, and she's cooking some stuff, right? She was like making some stuff, baking up. And the kid is playing in the living room. And at one point, the kid goes to the kitchen and goes like, Mom, do we have oysters in the living room? To those of you who don't know what oysters are, that's the French caviar type thing that is like fish in a shell that you eat, and it looks disgusting and smells awful. You guys know about it, right? See, Art Academy, he knows about it.
I'm French.
He's French, from the Art Academy, and he knows about it. A bunch of them. So, and the kid asks the mom, like, Mom, do we have oysters at home? Do you have oysters? I was like, oysters? I don't think we have oysters. And go back and play. So Timmy goes back and plays for a little bit. He goes back. And he comes back to their kitchen. He's like, Mom, are you sure we don't have oysters? And Mom's like, I'm pretty sure we don't have oysters. So the kid goes back and plays. And this happens like 3 or 4 times. Then at the last time, he goes, Mom, are you freaking sure we don't have oysters? Just come and see. I'm pretty sure we have oysters in the front. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go. I was like, what are you doing, Timmy? Let's see. So he goes to the living room. The mom goes to the living room. And what does she see? The grandma asleep with a skirt like this. And the mom freaks out at that point and goes, Timmy, that's not an oyster, that's your mom's. Yeah, it's your mom's. It's your mom's business. It's not an oyster. And so Timmy goes, oh really? And why does it taste like an oyster? Last joke. Bye. Oh, thanks to all of you for coming. We have a really nice party coming up afterwards, and thanks for standing through this horrible thing.